Tonight, sometime after midnight, your partner is going to roll over and turn their back on you. And if you are like most people, a small part of you will read that as a message. Distance, coldness, something you did wrong. But here is the strange part. When scientists actually measured what couples do in their sleep, the position you worry about turned out to be the most common one among happy couples. And the romantic position from the movies, falling asleep face to face, is so rare in real life that almost nobody does it. Your partner has been telling you something every single night. It is just not what you think it is. Let me translate it for you. First, picture the scene, because it happens in millions of bedrooms every night. The lights go off, you talk for a minute, maybe less. Then comes the quiet choreography. One of you shifts, the other adjusts, and within moments, you have both settled into the exact same arrangement as last night, and the night before, and the year before that. You never negotiated it, you never voted on it. Your bodies worked it out on their own, in the dark, without asking either of you for an opinion. And that is exactly why researchers got interested in it. Because a behavior nobody controls is a behavior nobody can fake. In 2014, psychologist Richard Wiseman at the University of Hertfordshire in England surveyed more than 1,000 people about how they sleep with their partner and how happy they are together. The results quietly demolished the bedroom mythology most of us grew up with. The most common position was not the tangled embrace from romantic films. It was back-to-back. 42% of all couples sleep facing away from each other. Another 31% sleep facing the same direction. And that movie position, face-to-face, all night long, 4%. 4. The position everyone thinks means true love is the one almost nobody actually holds. So if you and your partner drift apart into your own positions every night, you are not the exception. You are the rule. But Wiseman found something else in that data, and this is where it gets interesting. The numbers that actually predicted happiness had nothing to do with which way anyone was facing. They were about contact. Among couples who spent the night touching each other, even slightly, 94% said they were happy in their relationship. Among couples who slept without touching at all, that number dropped to 68%. Distance told the same story. Of the couples who slept less than 1 inch apart, 86% were happy. Of the couples separated by more than 30 inches, only 66% were. Read that again. The back-to-back couples were doing fine. What mattered was not the direction of the body. It was whether a foot still found a foot somewhere in the middle of the bed. Your grandmother would have called that obvious. Science calls it data. And there is a second study that goes even deeper, because it did not rely on asking people anything. In 2020, a team led by Henning Drews published a study in the journal Frontiers in Psychiatry that brought 12 couples into a sleep laboratory for 4 nights and wired both partners up to full polysomnography. Brain waves, heart activity, breathing, movement, everything, measured on both sides of the bed at the same time. Some nights the couple slept together, other nights apart. And when the partners shared a bed, something remarkable happened. They got about 10% more REM sleep, and that REM sleep was less fragmented, meaning longer, deeper, undisturbed stretches of it. REM is the stage where your brain processes emotional experiences and consolidates emotional memories. It is, in a very real sense, the shift your mind works on your feelings. Sleeping next to your partner bought their brain more of it. And there was something else. The couple's sleep stages began to synchronize. 2 nervous systems, unconscious, drifting through the stages of sleep together, in step. The researchers even found that the effect was strongest for people with weaker social support in their waking lives. The lonelier the day, the more the shared bed gave back at night. So the body facing away from you is not leaving, it is synchronizing. And to understand why turning away can be a good sign, you have to go back a very long way. For most of human history, Sleep was the most dangerous thing a person did all day. No walls, no locks, predators in the dark, rivals by the fire. Our ancestors slept in groups for one reason: survival. And in that world, the direction you faced mattered. Evolutionary psychologists read the back-to-back position through that lens. Turning your back on someone while you are unconscious is the single most vulnerable thing a human being can do. You are exposing the one angle you cannot watch, which means doing it every night next to the same person is not a rejection. It is a declaration. I do not need to watch you. And better than that, with our backs together, we cover both directions. Two people, one perimeter. Your bedroom has a lock now, and your nervous system never got the memo.
It still runs the ancient math every night, and every night it concludes the same thing about the person beside you. Safe.
Now, before you screenshot this and declare victory, let me be honest with you, because this channel deals in science, not fairy tales. Wiseman himself was careful about one thing. This is correlation, not causation. Happy couples might simply enjoy being close, rather than closeness making them happy. Nobody has proven the arrow points one way. The sleep lab study was small, 12 young, healthy couples, and science needs bigger samples before it shouts. And sleep positions change for completely unromantic reasons: a bad shoulder, a hot summer, a pregnancy, a snoring problem, a new mattress. If your partner switched sides because their arm goes numb, that is orthopedics, not psychology. The honest conclusion is smaller than the headlines, but it is still beautiful. The position means less than you feared. The pattern means more than you knew.
And that brings us to the one finding worth keeping from all of this. Stop reading the direction. Start reading the pattern. Every couple has a signature. Maybe it is back to back with your feet touching. Maybe it is the same direction, drifting apart after 10 minutes. Maybe it is no contact at all until early morning when someone reaches out in their sleep. Whatever it is, that signature took years to write. It belongs only to the two of you, and no study can rank it against anyone else's, because the science says the winning position does not exist. What exists is contact, in whatever dose the two of you settled on. 1 inch of a warm foot against yours at 3 in the morning outranks every romantic gesture in every movie ever filmed.
That is what your partner has been saying all these nights, and the only language the sleeping body speaks. I know you are there. I am here. We are fine.
There is one more thing, and it is the part worth remembering. Because the pattern is the message, the signal to pay attention to is not any single position. It is a sudden change in your couple's signature that nothing else explains. No injury, no heat wave, no new mattress, and the pattern you have had for years quietly disappears. Research that followed older couples for 8 years found that sleep and relationship quality feed each other, in both directions, each one pulling the other up or down. So a lasting change in the night is sometimes the first place a change in the day shows up. Do not diagnose anything from it. Just do the one thing the sleeping body cannot. Ask. One honest conversation is worth 1,000 interpretations, and if something deeper is going on, that conversation, or a professional, is where answers live, not in a bedroom position. So tonight, do not fix your position. Just notice your signature, and notice the contact you never knew was there. Then send this video to your partner with no explanation, and watch their face when they realize what your backs have been saying all along. And tell me in the comments, what is your couple's sleep signature? Back to back? Feet touching? Full starfish? I read every answer, and the best ones become future videos. If tonight feels a little different now, subscribe, because every week we translate one more thing your partner says without words.